according to CNBC.
Not because Virginia stopped working, not because our credit dried up, but because Virginians' federal workforce got crushed by Trump's policies and reckless federal cuts.
Virginia opened what was a drought watch for Fairfax County is now a drought warning.
It's been a dry winter.
Weed and Clough manages Virginia's Office of Water Supply.
As a result, we've seen declines in groundwater and also in surface water throughout the Northern Virginia area, as well as the Shenandoah.
Across the Commonwealth, only 7 cities and a dozen counties are not under some sort of drought classification. If there's a silver lining during this time, the backups are in good shape.
We haven't seen any depletion or any type of concern from the water purveyors per se.
But the advice is to conserve and
keep your fingers crossed for a rainy day.
Scotland on WMAL and WMAL.com.
Dow's up 214 points, NASDAQ up 172. Traffic and weather next.
Men, if you're suffering from erectile dysfunction or PE, you're not alone. Most importantly, you don't have to live with it. True Vitality Medical Center restores men's sex lives in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, even when Viagra and Cialis don't work. Here's Dr. Simovitz, specialist in men's health.
True Vitality Medical Center's painless breakthrough treatments
eliminate ED and PE.
regardless of age or medical history. 98% of patients see instant results right in the office.
Men are now lasting longer than they ever imagined. And the best part, at True Vitality Medical Center, your consultation and first treatment are free. Qualified patients even get their testosterone checked free. Call 703-637-1222. 703-637-1222. Take control of your sex life. Call now. 703-637-1222.
Morning people wake up for peace and quiet. McDonald's breakfast people, we wake up for the sweet rush of getting that warm, delicious breakfast right before it ends.
Start your morning at McDonald's and mix and match a sausage McMuffin with egg McMuffin, or sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddles. Get any two for just $5 and pair it with $1.99 any size iced coffee. Save time and order ahead in the app. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer. Single item at regular price.
Hey, Dad, I've been saving up, and I think I'm ready to buy my own car.
Well, son, I think so too. Now, have you thought about how you're going to finance it?
Not really. I really like banking with Northern Credit Union. They offer loans, right?
Well, of course they do. Your mom and I have banked with Northern Credit Union for a long time and have gone through them for a lot of things, like our home improvement loan for the deck we put on last summer. You should really stop in and see them before you shop around.
Yeah, but look, you can apply for a loan right in your Northern Credit Union mobile banking app.
Oh, really? Well, that's convenient. I knew anyone could apply for a loan at mynorthern.com. Looks like they're making it even easier now.
Apply for your next loan with Northern Credit Union online or in mobile banking. Not a member? Not a problem. Apply for your loan on our website at mynorthern.com. New car, used car, first car, home loan, personal loan, we've got you covered. Visit mynorthern.com to learn more. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Opportunity Lender.
Reverse shorten in the Hickey Carpet Cleaning Traffic Center.
Around the Beltway now on the outer loop, a little heavy still. New Hampshire Avenue around St. George Avenue in Silver Spring. Inner loop northbound is still under speed from Braddock Road up to Gallows Road, northbound on 495. George Washington Parkway southbound, still seeing delays from Columbia Island Marina to the 14th Street Bridge. 66 eastbound, a little heavy still. Route 50 off and on to the Beltway northbound. And 95 is still slow. Prince William Parkway up to 123. 395 northbound in delays from Washington Boulevard across the 14th Street Bridge. Now from GarageDoorRepair.com, the WMAL Stormwatch 7 forecast.
We'll be freezing cold tonight as low temperatures fall between 18 and 25. We'll see temperatures tomorrow getting to the mid to upper 30s, and we'll stay colder than average heading into the holiday weekend. I'm 7 News meteorologist Eileen Whalen in the First Alert Weather Center.
32 at Reagan National, John Matthews. News Talk 105.9 WMAL.
Now on 105.9 FM and streaming worldwide on the WMAL app. Chris Plant.
The current educational system is so sick that school prayer is banned. You can't teach the Bible, but you can teach children that America is evil and that men can get pregnant. A man can get pregnant. Can't even talk about the Bible.
Yes, the President of the United States talking about the Democrats running our school system into the side of a mountain, which is their want. Life is a highway. Renee Good's riding it all night long. I know. Not nice to make fun of the mentally ill. Well, welcome back. And once again, our telephone number is 888-630-9625. I want to get into what happened in a Senate hearing yesterday where Republicans and Democrats gathered to talk about one of the Democrats' favorite things, and that's abortion, because they can harvest the organs like Dr. Joseph Mengele, which right in the wheelhouse of the Democrat Party. He was with the Socialist Workers' Party of Adolf Hitler in Germany. And we got more Democrats out there yesterday saying that everything that's going on now reminds them of Germany in the 1930s, which makes clear that they don't know much about what was going on in Germany in the 1930s. Not very bright people, and extraordinary stuff. The Democrat Party is very unwell, and a lot of them, they don't even call themselves Democrats anymore. They're calling themselves socialists, and they say, "Well, I'm a democratic socialist. I'm a democratic socialist," which means you're just a commie pig dog, and that's kind of a code word. The democratic socialist. Bernie Sanders, he's been calling himself that for a long time. He honeymooned in the USSR, the Soviet Union. And Michael, you pointed out CNN this morning. CNN had this woman. CNN had a member of the Minneapolis, Minnesota City Council on just this morning. And she's a radical and extremist, a leftist. And what's her name again, Michael? Because she's just crazy as all get out. And CNN invited this woman on, knowing that she's a radical leftist, and said, "Hey, let's talk to this crazy lady." Robin Wansley sounds fairly normal so far. Robin Wansley, a Democrat on the Minneapolis City Council, was invited onto CNN this morning to talk about how terrible Trump is and how terrible ICE is, and how we shouldn't enforce laws anywhere, and we should live in a post-apocalyptic third world Somalia-like society, which the Democrat Party is driving us toward. But here comes Ms. Wansley on CNN this morning, being introduced by one of their really excellent fake news anchors, one of their fankers, and extraordinary stuff. You're looking like maybe the soundbite's not coming up, like there's a problem. Is that right? Well, we'll hit pause on that. But you want to hit pause on that? Okay, we'll go back to that, because it's just a funny moment. They didn't even get past the introduction before it got completely stupid on CNN. But we'll get to that. In the meantime, with the Democrat Party being what they are, the media all over the world now is picking it up. The Hindustan Times. Who is Nisha Verma? It should say Dr. Nisha Verma, because if you call her Ms. Verma, she says Dr. Verma. She is a medical doctor, not like Jill Biden, who's not a doctor at all. But the headline, I like the Hindustan Times better than the New York Times. Who is Nisha Verma? Indian origin doctor goes viral. When you're a doctor, do you want to go viral? Because that's like monkeypox, isn't it? For her response to, quote, "Men can get pregnant." That's the headline, end quote. Dr. Nisha Verma is a board-certified obstetrician, gynecologist, and complex family planning subspecialist. She's a complex family planning subspecialist. I bet they make the normal complex, right? An Indian origin obstetrician and gynecologist, Dr. Nisha Verma, went viral for her response to whether men can become pregnant. She refused to give a direct answer to being asked if men can get pregnant. First asked by Senator Ashley Moody and then by Senator Josh Hawley during a Senate hearing on abortion. Right, sure, on abortion. During the Help Committee hearing titled "Protecting Women, They do love their colons. Exposing the dangers of chemical abortion drugs, end quote. Senator Josh Hawley asked Verma a question about whether men can get pregnant. And I want to go to that audio now because this, she speaks, the doctor. Don't call her Ms. or Miss because she's doctor, and that's fair enough. She's actually a medical doctor, not like Joe Biden. And it's just kind of an amazing time in which we live. A medical doctor who graduated from medical school is a board-certified doctor, an OBGYN, and from India originally, Dr. Nisha Verma. And here is Senator Josh Hawley asking the doctor, the good doctor, the medical doctor, the OBGYN, what might seem to be a pretty straightforward question.
Do you think that men can get pregnant?
Straightforward.
I hesitated there because I wasn't sure where the conversation was going or what the goal was. I mean, I do take care of patients with different identities. I take care of many women. I take care of people with different identities. And so that's where I paused. I think, I wasn't sure where you were going with that.
Well, the goal is just the truth. So can men get pregnant?
Again, the reason I paused there is I'm not really sure what the goal of the question is.
The goal is just to establish a biological reality.
You know, you went to medical school, you went to grammar school, you came from a home where your mother was a woman, even if you never met her. I can assure you I'm not a medical doctor. I did not graduate medical school. I'm not a board certified physician. But I can tell you authoritatively that babies come from women because they have wombs. I mean, again, it goes to Monty Python, and they couldn't be more ridiculous. I want to be called Loretta because I want to be a woman and I want to have a baby. And John Cleese last weekend, actually posted on X, on Twitter, something about how the Democrat Party, he didn't name the Democrat Party, he said they turned it into Monty Python. This is completely nuts because John Cleese, Monty Python, knows a thing or two about it. So I take care of people with many identities. All right, okay. Well, now we're just getting into this language salad, as everybody likes to call it, language soup, and now you're, I think, creeping up toward the line of being a mental case. Senator Hawley wasn't having any of it.
You just said a moment ago that science and evidence should control, not politics. So let's just test that proposition. Can men get pregnant?
I take care of people with many identities, but
Can men get pregnant?
many women that can get pregnant. I do take care of people that don't identify as women.
Can men get pregnant?
Again, as I'm saying,
Let me just remind you testified to a moment ago. Science and evidence should control, not politics. So can men get pregnant? You're a doctor, I think.
Science and evidence should guide medicine.
Do science and evidence tell us that men can get pregnant? Biological men, can they get pregnant?
I also think yes/no questions like this are a political tool. And
No, yes/no questions are about the truth, doctor. Let's not make a mockery of this proceeding.
Well, it's too late for that. This person was invited to the hearing, and the Democrats are sitting there like, why is this an issue? Of course men can get pregnant. I have a pregnant man emoji on my iPhone, and got some man with a bulge in his belly and a distended belly. Maybe he's a Somali. Maybe he's dying of malnutrition. Maybe the Democrat. I think that'll be coming to Minneapolis next, as distended bellies and starvation. Then AK-47s and militias, because the Democrat Party they're defending everything that's anti-American and un-American. They're completely nuts and anti-science and anti-biology and anti-culture and anti-reason, anti-language. These people. Well, and Josh Hawley, he's like, well, wait a minute. How straightforward must the question be? If we go outside and we see the sun in the sky directly over our heads, is it daytime? Well, kind of where it, but not in China. So it's let's deconstruct that, Senator Hawley.
You're here as an expert, called by the other side as an expert, and you've been telling us that you follow. Right, you're a doctor, and you follow the science and the evidence. So I just want to know, based on the science, can men get pregnant? That's a yes or no question. It really is, I think.
I think you're trying to reduce the complexity of the law.
I'm not. I'm trying to it's not complex. I'm trying to get to an answer, and I'm trying to test, frankly, your veracity as a medical professional and as a scientist. Can men get pregnant?
I think you're also conflating
This is
male
extraordinary.
female with
No, I'm not conflating male and female. They're two different things. There's biological men and there's biological women.
And if anybody's conflating men and women, it's you. And you really shouldn't have a medical license, and you shouldn't be practicing in the field that you have chosen. Welcome to America. We've got things called facts here, and we're trying to keep reason alive because it's better that way. But no, and the woman just refuses. You'd have to waterboard her to get a straight answer from her. Not that it would be worth it, because she'd still get it wrong, I'm pretty sure. And if anybody's out there, if this woman is your doctor, you might want to consider taking a look around. Ask your friends. There are probably other OBGYNs out there who are capable of reason, of rational thought. Josh Hawley and Dr. Verma.
You won't even acknowledge the basic reality that biological men don't get pregnant. There's a difference between biological men and biological women. I don't know how we can take you seriously and your claims to be a person of science if you won't level with us on this basic issue. I thought we were past all of this, frankly. I can't believe we're still here talking about this.
I am a person of science, and I'm also someone here who's here to represent the complex experiences of my patients. And I don't think polarized language or questions serve that goal. I don't think they serve the American people.
It is not polarizing to say that there is a scientific difference between men and women. And I want this to be clear and for the record. It is not polarizing to say that women are a biological reality and should be treated and protected as such.
That seems fair, I think, when you're testifying before Congress, but call me crazy. Just extraordinary times. These people are nuts. They're completely insane. I don't know what's going on with these people, but they've turned it into a loony bin. And at the Supreme Court, just moments ago, it would seem, Justice Samuel Alito, and an attorney, Kathleen Hartnett, who is an LGBTQ representative, arguing before the Supreme Court that, what's a boy, what's a girl, what is a man, what is a woman, and this is the United States Supreme Court.
What does it mean to be a boy or a girl or a man or a woman?
We do not have a definition for the court. What we're saying is that the way it applies in practice is to exclude birth sex males categorically from women's teams, and that there's a subset of those birth sex males where it doesn't make sense to do so according to the state's own interest.
Well, how can a court determine whether there's discrimination on the basis of sex without knowing what sex means for equal protection purposes?
That is a very good question by Justice Alito right there. What are you even discussing if the terminological inexactitude has led you to the point where you don't know what a man is, you don't know what a woman is, you won't acknowledge that there are boys and girls and that girls grow up to be women. Just amazing stuff. And again, I go back to John Cleese and Monty Python, because we used to make fun of this stuff. This was the stuff of satire and of comedy on a global level, and certainly in Western civilization. Now the Democrats have made the abnormal normal and the normal abnormal, the Democrat Party.
Why are you always on about women, Stan? I want to be one. What? I want to be a woman. From now on, I want you all to call me Loretta. What? It's my right as a man.
Well, why do you want to be Loretta, Stan?
I want to have babies. Babies? It's every man's right to have babies if he wants them. You can't have babies. Don't you pressing me? I'm not pressing you, Stan. I'm not a woman. Who's going to just take it and keep it in a box?
Well, more terminological inexactitude, isn't it extraordinary? And John Cleese of Monty Python did tweet out. He's got a Twitter account and he tweets occasionally. He tweeted out just a few days ago, it was over the weekend, and posted video of white liberal women chanting, "We're for Hamas." And John Cleese posted it. Ali Khamenei and the Iranians clashing with pro-Hamas white liberal women in Washington. Right? And so you literally can't make this crap up. White liberal women supporting Islamist Hamas. The Iranians want to overthrow the Ayatollah. Liberals are insane. And John Cleese posted this of Monty Python. And he said, it's another Python sketch. And it is. That's, we're with the People's Liberation Front of Judea. The Democrat Party has become a satire of civilization.
Every single human being that's ever been born was born of a biological woman.
There's only one Chris Plant. The Chris Plant Show. News Talk 105.9 WMAL. Making sense of the news.
O'Reilly. Check engine, ABS, or maintenance light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. The service is free and provides a report with solutions verified by ASE certified master technicians. And if you need help, we could recommend a shop for you. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Ready to order?
Yes. We're earning unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver card. So let's just get one of everything.
Everything?
Fire everything. The Capital One Saver card is at table 27, and they're earning unlimited 3% cash back.
Yes, chef. This is so nice.
Had a feeling you'd want 3% cash back on dessert.
Ooh, tiramisu.
Earn unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver card. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
The Mega Millions jackpot is getting mega huge. Head to your favorite New York Lottery retailer and grab a ticket today for your chance at a massive win. Currently over $200 million. Good luck, New York. Please play responsibly.
Bettering your business takes working with the best. With the James Hardie Alliance, you gain access to leads, training, networking, and support from the #1 brand of siding in North America. Achieve new levels of success by joining the James Hardie Alliance today.
If your patio, sidewalk, or driveway is cracked or uneven, if you've tripped or fallen as a result, or if you're worried about the liability of an uneven surface on your property, American Concrete Services can quickly help. Don't pay the high cost to tear out and replace your sidewalk, patio, driveway, or pool deck. American Concrete Services has an economical solution which can raise and stabilize your existing concrete at a fraction of the cost of full replacement. They're environmentally friendly structural foam. With structural foam lifting, there's no heavy equipment to cause damage to your property and no loud noises from jackhammering. Best of all, most repairs can be completed in just one day. Have your entire patio, sidewalk, or driveway safe and level again. No job is too big or small. Call American Concrete Services now for your free estimate at 240-665-5665. That's 240-665-5665. Again, 240-665-5665. Licensed in D.C., Maryland, and Virginia. MHIC 140530.
Hey, Doc, nice office. Quick question. If you had to choose, would you give yourself a root canal or run payroll?
Run payroll, no question.
Seriously? Have you run payroll before?
Paying my team with Gusto couldn't be easier. Gusto gives me unlimited payroll runs, next day direct deposits, and automatically files my taxes. Saves me time.
Wow, that's nice.
Over here, Doc. I want payroll too.
Choose payroll without the pain. Visit gusto.com/smallbusiness to sign up for free.
Registration is ongoing at Jefferson Community College for spring semester classes beginning January 20th, 2026. Attend college in person, online, or choose a flexible mix that fits your life. Did you know Jefferson awards credit for military and professional experience? Save time and money. Plus, if you're an adult age 25 to 55, you may even qualify for SUNY Reconnect, helping you earn a free degree in programs that lead to careers in high-demand fields. Visit SUNYJefferson.edu to register today. Jefferson Community College. Your future starts here.
Morning people wake up for peace and quiet. McDonald's breakfast people, we wake up for the sweet rush of getting that warm, delicious breakfast right before it ends.
Start your morning at McDonald's and mix and match a sausage McMuffin with egg McMuffin, or sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddles. Get any two for just $5 and pair it with $1.99 any size iced coffee. Save time and order ahead in the app. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer. Single item at regular price.
Your chance at a jackpot is waiting on every corner. Head to your favorite New York Lottery retailer and grab a Powerball ticket today for your chance to win the ever-growing jackpot. Currently over $50 million. Good luck out there in New York. Please play responsibly.
Mark Levin, weekdays 6 till 9 on 105.9 WMAL, making sense of the news.
And did you see the Democrat mayor of Minneapolis say that illegal alien gang members and murderers share your values, but ICE agents do not? It's a matter of values. And it is. Perhaps ironically. Let's go back to the telephones, Michael. Yeah, what is, can men have babies? And they have, and Josh Hawley pointed out, you were invited to testify by the other side, by the Democrats, knowing that you're mentally ill to the point where you don't know the most fundamental biological facts about humanity, and you're an OBGYN practicing in the United States of America because of Democrats who are racists. Let's go back to the telephones. Let's go to Fayez calling from Tampa, Florida. Fayez, you're on the Chris Plant Show.
Hi, Chris.
Hey, buddy.
Hi. The question from the Monty Python was very logical at the time of Josh Hawley asked the expert, the doctor, to walk us through how a man can get pregnant, where the sperm will be delivered in, where the baby will be kept, like in the butt cavity or in the armpit, or where exactly. And when the time comes for delivery, where it will go through, which canal will be the birth canal. And as an expert, if you can pull up your phone and show us any diagram. And he was asking a very simple question, and he was particularly saying biological man, which is redundancy, but still she couldn't give the answer.
Yes.
I dealt with a lot of Indian people. They're very smart people, but once they join the Democrat Party, they become mental.
I've noticed that too, Fayez. I really have. And I've got, the reality is, Fayez, we have to say it out loud, don't we? We have to tell the truth out loud. And I don't need to make anybody do anything. You don't have to come around to my way of thinking. If you're a Democrat, you believe as the doctor believes, then please feel free to say it out loud, because that'll help us identify you as the mental case that you are.
This is the Chris Plant Show.
WMAL-FM, Woodbridge, Washington, a Cumulus media station.
Making sense of the news.
News Talk 105.9. News now.
WMAL News at 10:30. Good morning. I'm John Matthews. Troops from several European countries, including France and Germany, are arriving in Greenland to boost security. This comes as talks in Washington between Denmark, Greenland, and the U.S. highlighted disagreements over Greenland's future. The managers of Elon Musk's X say its AI chatbot Grok will not be able to edit photos of real people in revealing clothing in places where that's illegal. The announcement followed a backlash over sexualized images of women and children. A statement posted on X said it's taken measures to stop users from editing images to show real people in bikinis, underwear, and other revealing attire. The Washington Commanders have released the first conceptual images of their new home at the campus of RFK Stadium. You can see them all over social media. The placement of the stadium on the same axis as the Capitol and the Washington Monument, combined with its sweeping curved roof, make it very reminiscent of RFK. Traffic and weather next.
This report is sponsored by AAA Tire and Auto Service. Come into your local AAA Tire and Auto Service and save up to $30 on auto repair with their AAA Triple Play. And on the plus side, AAA members save more. Offer valid through January 31st. See store for details.
Around the Beltway, now the outer loop still a bit slow. University Boulevard around Georgia Avenue in Silver Spring, but improving. In Virginia on the outer loop southbound on the Beltway after I-66 before Route 50 Arlington Boulevard. Roadwork set up there in the right lane, causing delays now heading south on the Beltway as you stay to the left. Inner loop is pretty slow northbound from Braddock Road to Gallows Road. In Maryland, the inner loop is under speed from 95 in College Park down to the BW Parkway. On the BW Parkway, southbound Baltimore Washington Parkway after NASA Goddard, broken down vehicle still on the roadway. Now from GarageDoorRepair.com, the WMAL Stormwatch 7 forecast.
Sunny, windy, colder today with a high of 36. It's 32 at Reagan National. John Matthews, News Talk 105.9 WMAL.
Your chance at a jackpot is waiting on every corner. Head to your favorite New York lottery retailer and grab a Powerball ticket today for your chance to win the ever-growing jackpot. currently over $50 million. Good luck out there, New York. Please play responsibly.
Morning people wake up for peace and quiet. McDonald's breakfast people, we wake up for the sweet rush of getting that warm, delicious breakfast right before it ends.
Start your morning at McDonald's and mix and match a sausage McMuffin with egg McMuffin, or sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddles. Get any two for just $5 and pair it with $1.99 any size iced coffee. Save time and order ahead in the app. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer. Single item at regular price.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Hey, Dad, I've been saving up, and I think I'm ready to buy my own car.
No, son, I think so too. Now, have you thought about how you're going to finance it?
Not really. I really like banking with Northern Credit Union. They offer loans, right?
Well, of course they do. Your mom and I have banked with Northern Credit Union for a long time and have gone through them for a lot of things, like our home improvement loan for the deck we put on last summer. You should really stop in and see them before you shop around.
Yeah, but look, you can apply for a loan right in your Northern Credit Union mobile banking app.
Oh, really? Well, that's convenient. I knew anyone could apply for a loan at mynorthern.com. Looks like they're making it even easier now.
Apply for your next loan with Northern Credit Union online or in mobile banking. Not a member? Not a problem. Apply for your loan on our website at mynorthern.com. New car, used car, first car, home loan, personal loan, we've got you covered. Visit mynorthern.com to learn more. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Opportunity Lender.
With winter here, this means cold rain, heavy snow, and freezing temps. If your roof isn't ready, you could be looking at thousands in damage. It's Vince for Valor. Don't wait for a leak to force your hand. If you've noticed water spots, missing or curled shingles, or granulars in the gutters, call Valor Roofing now. Valor is proudly veteran-owned, built on the core values of honor, respect, and trust. I've seen their work in person. Valor is the best. You get honest, top-quality work with military precision at a great price. This week only, protect your home and save huge with 50% off materials, no interest until 2027. Plus, tell them Vince sent you for extra savings so big we can't mention it on the air. Act now. Stay warm and dry with a new Valor roof. Call Valor at 833-83-VALOR. That's 833-83-VALOR. Or visit valorhome.com. Trust your home to Valor. Call 833-83-VALOR.
Trust your home to Valor.
Supporting our veterans.
833-83-VALOR.
WMAL, making sense of mainstream media because the double standard is real. Download the WMAL app to stream us for free.
This is one area of mental illness from the Democrat Party in the Supreme Court and in a Senate congressional hearing this week. What is gender? What is a man? What is a woman? Who can give birth? And the entirety of the Democrat Party. You know, the Democrats in the Senate invited that woman to testify as an expert. And they knew, of course, ahead of time what she was going to say, because they're trying to normalize mental illness, trying to normalize insanity, anti-biology, anti-science, anti-language, anti-culture, because they're the left and they're lunatics. Also, I can't wait to get Minnesota, where the mayor, Mayor Jacob Fry of Minneapolis yesterday, declared that illegal alien gang members and kleptocrats from Somalia, gang members from Venezuela, they are the keepers of American values, and American federal law enforcement agents, ICE agents, they do not share your values. But illegal alien gang members, human traffickers, child rapists, murderers, they share your values. That's what the Democrat mayor of Minneapolis said yesterday, and I'll share that with you coming up. In the meantime, let's go back to the telephones. We just talked about the Democrats on Capitol Hill yesterday, and their expert witness, a medical doctor, allegedly, OBGYN, who can't say or won't say whether men can get pregnant and have babies because, mental illness. That she should be, again, sitting at a bus stop in Washington with a pile of cardboard boxes, muttering to herself about this because she's nuts. And she shouldn't be allowed to practice medicine if that's her answer. She really shouldn't be allowed to. And this is, you got a civilization, a culture, a society needs to push back, a tired phrase at this point, but needs to push back when people say these outrageous and ridiculous things. And the Democrat Party does it quite constantly on a whole range of topics. And they demand that you adhere to whatever lunatic thought is fleeting through their minds on any given crazy day. Let's go back to telephones, Michael. Let's go to Kelly calling from Charleston, South Carolina. Kelly, you're on the Chris Plant Show.
Hey, Chris, how are you this morning?
Very well, Kelly. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you for taking my call. My question is actually for Senator Hawley. Obviously, I can't ask him, but I want to know what he takes, like what kind of medications to make him so calm. Because as I was listening to that, as I was hearing the rebuttals that she kept coming up with, as far as what his questions were, I wanted to punch her in the face. So what kind of medications does he take to show that kind of restraint? I mean, unbelievable. He should get some kind of award for that. That was absolutely mind-blowing. The stupidity was absolutely incredible.
I agree. I had kind of the same thought. Not that I wanted to punch her in the face necessarily, but that Josh Hawley, how do you? And I've got to say, I've become much better in my old age at being calm, cool, and collected, no matter the lunacy that the Democrats are throwing at us. But it is hard, and I recognize that. I had Mike the Lib. We've got one of our favorite old Lib callers, Mike the Lib, called in yesterday, and he was insisting that the police officer was not hit by the hero of the Democrat Party, Ms. Good, Renee Good, wasn't hit. And then while we were on the air, and I played the audio where you can hear he's obviously hit. He's holding his cell phone making video, and he's hit by the car, and you can hear it. It's unmistakable. And then we learned, CBS News broke while we were talking to Mike the Lib yesterday, CBS News broke that the police officer in question actually suffered internal injuries. He had internal bleeding and was treated at the hospital and then beyond. But none of this affects the modern Democrat, Kelly. None of them. They're not with us on facts or truth or science or biology or, here's the video or reality. Here's the videotape was, John F. Kennedy safely traveled through Dealey Plaza in Dallas, Texas today and, went to his scheduled speech. Oh, no, he didn't. He just got shot in the head. And then here's his brain being blasted all over the place. And they're in a state of denial on almost everything. And it's, I live in a city full of them, and they're nuts. These people are nuts. It is, and it's an epidemic. And the Democrat Party created this on college campuses, on high school campuses. Now they're recruiting down to kindergarten with, they bring in street prostitutes to do twerking in front of first graders in class, and they think that's great. And these books like, what's the book called, Michael? Gender Queer, which is an instruction manual for all kinds of illegal sexual conduct between little boys and men. And they put these in schools. And this is suddenly supposed to be okay with everybody because it's okay with the most mentally ill among us. And the mentally ill have organized, they've unionized, and they really, going back to, Kelly, to the Occupy Wall Street days, when they were out there, and it was Monty Python again, where they were chanting, and they had these lunatics like that crazy college professor, teaching them how to chant Cloward Piven. It was Francis Fox Piven teaching them to chant out on the streets. You are amazing. You are amazing. A lot of you are young. A lot of you are young. One of us. I am amazing. This is what Kelly. This is what the Democrat Party has been doing while a lot of us were not paying attention on college campuses and stuff. And again, it goes back to John Cleese and Monty Python. Yes. Now that was Kelly years before Occupy Wall Street and Monty Python. They're completely nuts. And I mean, it goes to the we're with the People's Liberation Front of Judea, and now the Democrat Party is with Hamas and Hezbollah and the Houthi rebels. And honestly, John Cleese is right. The Democrat Party is stealing. He should sue them. Actually, he should. The Monty Python guys should sue the Democrat Party because they're stealing all of their material.
That's right. Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
What is up with that?
You do.
Oh, thank you, Kelly. Have a wonderful Charleston, South Carolina day.
I will. Thank you.
I hope there aren't a lot of crazy people there, are there?
No, not a lot. Unfortunately, there's a lot more than there used to be. We get a lot of people that move down from New York. And all I have to say is, do not New York by South Carolina.
Yeah, that's good advice. I like that. That's beautiful. Kelly, thank you very kindly. Wonderful call. That is just great. These people, can I just say, these people, unbelievable what they're doing. And it is. And I grew up on Monty Python, and I always loved Monty Python. And then when we were sitting here watching the Occupy Wall Street thing, and Francis Fox Piven, this radical leftist extremist college professor who's been indoctrinating and brainwashing young Americans for decades and decades, generations and generations. And then she's out there in the Occupy Wall Street, anti-capitalist. She wants to, it's the Cloward and Piven strategy that the left came up with years ago to bankrupt the United States by, making us $37 trillion in debt to bankrupt America in order to bankrupt capitalism so that only communism is left, and they call it democratic socialism. But the death camps are just around the corner because the left is a dangerous mob of people. They certainly are, aren't they something? And they demand that we adhere to all of this. Whatever lunatic belief they adopt, the whole country, nay, the whole world, must follow in their footsteps and adopt whatever their newfound set of beliefs may be, because they're pretending that they're smarter than everybody else and they're ahead of everybody else. And it's the Barack Obama, the arc of history, and you got to be on the right side of history. And let's talk to Larry Sinclair, who spent a lot of late nights in seedy hotel rooms with Barack Obama doing cocaine, according to Larry Sinclair, and various other sexual things, according to Larry Sinclair. But isn't that amazing? And I got to say, when John Cleese weighs in, and so wait a minute, the Democrats are out here supporting Hamas. They got like gay women for Hamas, and they'd be hanged immediately from cranes while everybody chanted Allahu Akbar. And the Democrats are they're good with that. They're just everything is completely unhinged. Say it loud, say it clear. New York City over the weekend. We're pro Hamas here. They love Hamas, and Hamas would kill them all, and that's okay. And then somebody brought a drum. They always bring drums, don't they? Why do they bring drums? That's got a troublemaker bring. Oh, and that's soundbite yesterday with the Greg Bovino. We got a couple of Bovino cuts, don't we? Because we had a couple yesterday that we didn't play because the Democrats gave us too much once again. But Greg Bovino is chief ICE guy. He's ICE or Border Patrol. It's ICE, yeah, ICE. And Greg Bovino, he was being interviewed and like, hey, what are all these people doing here? Why do they bring whistles? Why are they? Because the Democrats show up and they're organized and they're trained by lunatics who are funded by the Chinese Communist Party and George Soros. And some of these groups actually have had their funding traced back to communist China through buffers like the Corleone family, and just amazing stuff. But Greg Bovino of the is that even in our cut sheet? And the and yesterday we had this video audio we didn't get to of the Democrats out there with whistles. And what they're doing is the ICE people are out there arresting Laotian illegal aliens who have already been convicted of rape of a little boy and rape of a little girl. It's forced sodomy is what the charge was. Forced sodomy of a little boy, forced sodomy of a little girl. And the ICE people are raiding this person, and they've had a deportation order for 5 years. And if you want them deported from the country, the Democrats will get in your way. They'll jump in the path, and they're willing to die to protect the illegal alien gang members who are, just in between crimes. And Greg Bovino was asked about that.
There's all these ear-piercing whistles going on around us right now. What are these people blowing those whistles for?
It's interesting you ask that, Matt. Oftentimes these individuals have no reason or they have no clue why we are in an area. We could arrest, again, a child molester or a child rapist or a murderer, illegal alien, and they don't seem to care. They don't agree with that for some odd reason.
Greg Bovino, and said that they don't agree with that. So they're out there with whistles like mentally ill people. And they really, I think they're going to grow up to live in bus enclosures in big cities, and just amazing stuff. Now, he's actually now the acting ICE chief, Greg Bovino, and he's a solid guy, a smart guy, and he's been doing it for a great many years. And yesterday I was driving in my automobile, and I heard Greg Bovino, again, the acting ICE chief, talking about what's going on in Minneapolis. And he's a common sense guy. He's a normal person. Remember normal. And we have our Remember Normal coffee mugs and T-shirts at the Chris Plant store on Al Gore's amazing internet. Peace be upon him. But here is Greg Bovino yesterday talking about what's the difference between trying to enforce the law now because the Democrat Party has corrupted everything that they touch, everything that they pass, and 30 years ago, because he's been doing this for 30 years. And so 30 years ago you were doing it. What was the difference then compared to trying to enforce immigration law now?
30 years ago, back in the 90s and early 2000s, we worked together. And that was from the president all the way down to those state and local law enforcement agencies. We worked together. It was almost a coalition to keep communities safe. I could rely on the state and local agency to advise me or notify me if there was a criminal illegal alien anywhere in their jurisdiction. That was anywhere, anytime. Contrast that, Will, with what's happening now, say here in Minneapolis, is we have to go out there and find those individuals ourselves, because that cooperation in those sanctuary jurisdictions, which President Trump and Secretary Inome have outlined time and time again, those sanctuary jurisdictions refuse to do that.
They refuse to do that. They're Democrats. And also, I was just talking about, is he ICE? Is he Border Patrol? And I got it wrong. I apologize. This thing identifies him as acting ICE chief, but we checked. And he's Border Patrol commander. He's Border Patrol commander, not ICE chief, as this document says. But never mind that. Correcting that, Greg Bovino, Border Patrol commander. And he's talking about 30 years ago. We worked with the local governments and the state governments, and even in the state of California, they worked with the federal government. They worked the breakaway Confederate states of California and Minnesota.
As you know, California is now a sanctuary state, but back then, the state and locals in California would work hand in hand with Border Patrol, ICE, and other law enforcement agencies to remove these criminals before they became a problem. And that's all we're after. That's what we want to do here in Minneapolis, in any other sanctuary jurisdiction. Let's remove these people before they can continue to hurt American citizens and American interests.
That sounds like a good idea, doesn't it? The Democrat Party, they want to do harm to people that wish to make communities, cities, states, and our country safer from terrorists and gang members that are illegally in the country, many of whom have already been convicted of all kinds of terrible crimes, from murder to sexual assault on children. And the Democrat Party is out there with whistles. And then last night they were arresting an illegal alien Venezuelan. 3 of them attacked the federal law enforcement agents. One agent was being beaten with a shovel and a broom by 3 gangsters, and he shot one of them in the leg. I believe you see that the report that he was being taken away on a stretcher after being shot in the leg with a big smile, waving at people. It's like he's gonna sue now, and the Democrats are gonna run him for Congress.
You're listening to the Chris Plant Show. News Talk 105.9 WMAL. Making sense of the news.
Registration is ongoing at Jefferson Community College for spring semester classes beginning January 20th, 2026. Attend college in person, online, or choose a flexible mix that fits your life. Did you know Jefferson awards credit for military and professional experience? Save time and money. Plus, if you're an adult age 25 to 55, you may even qualify for SUNY Reconnect, helping you earn a free degree in programs that lead to careers in high-demand fields. Visit sunyjefferson.edu to register today. Jefferson Community College. Your future starts here.
Stitch Fix. Shopping is hard. Let's talk about it. I don't have time to shop for clothes. I have to buy everything in 3 sizes to find one that fits. You know me at the post office. Workout wear is my only wear. Stitch Fix makes shopping easy. Just show your size, style, and budget, and your stylist sends personalized looks right to your door. No subscription required, plus free shipping and returns. Oh, wow, that was easy. Stitch Fix, online personal styling for everyone. Take your style quiz today at stitchfix.com.
Whoa, it's you, the Capital One Bank guy.
That's what they call me.
Mind if I get a selfie?
Yeah, sure thing. Say no fees or minimums on your Capital One checking account.
Wow, that's a keeper. So, where are you heading?
I'm off to spread the good news that Capital One helps people keep more money in their wallet with no overdraft fees.
Oh, you're the best Capital One Bank guy.
Hey, mind if I get a selfie?
Sure.
Say, Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One and a member FDIC.
Morning people wake up for peace and quiet. McDonald's breakfast people, we wake up for the sweet rush of getting that warm, delicious breakfast right before it ends.
Start your morning at McDonald's and mix and match a sausage McMuffin with egg McMuffin, or sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddles. Get any 2 for just $5. And pair it with $1.99 any size iced coffee. Save time and order ahead in the app. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer. Single item at regular price.
Hey, Dad, I've been saving up, and I think I'm ready to buy my own car.
No, son, I think so too. Now, have you thought about how you're going to finance it?
Not really. I really like banking with Northern Credit Union. They offer loans, right?
Well, of course they do. Your mom and I have banked with Northern Credit Union for a long time and have gone through them for a lot of things, like our home improvement loan for the deck we put on last summer. You should really stop in and see them before you shop around.
Yeah, but look, you can apply for a loan right in your Northern Credit Union mobile banking app.
Oh, really? Well, that's convenient. I knew anyone could apply for a loan at mynorthern.com. Looks like they're making it even easier now.
Apply for your next loan with Northern Credit Union online or in mobile banking. Not a member? Not a problem. Apply for your loan on our website at mynorthern.com. New car, used car, first car, home loan, personal loan, we've got you covered. Visit mynorthern.com to learn more. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Opportunity Lender.
It's truck and SUV season at Widget Auto Sales, a used car leader. Just look at the rows of trucks and the rows of SUVs ready for winter, like a Ford F-150 XLT, yours for just $37,999. How about a 2022 Mitsubishi Outlander, just $20,999? Or a beautiful Chevy truck Z71, yours for $26,999. Rows of trucks and rows of SUVs during truck and SUV season at the veteran-owned Widget Auto Sales, the used car leader in out of Washington Street, or online at widgetautosales.com.
Here's Rich Robertson with a CES IT Service Tech Tip.
Hi. For over 30 years, I have received multiple calls from CEOs that go like this. Rich, we're terminating our IT team at 5 o'clock. Can you help us? Or it's an IT director asking, hey, we lost a tech and we can't find a good replacement. Can you fill the gap? Of course we can. What they were not expecting is that our cost of IT services is only half. That's right, half of what they were paying for the previous IT staff. Our managed and co-managed services cost less, and we bring along a high level of advanced cybersecurity expertise.
Visit CESITservice.com to schedule a quick 15-minute call or call 301-620-1580. CES IT Service is your secure network to quality IT service. CESITservice.com or call 301-620-1580.
Chris Plant here. Tired of dating online and want to meet real people face to face? Let the professional matchmakers at It's Just Lunch help. After a confidential interview, your personal matchmaker hand selects quality matches for you. They pre-screen every date and they'll book your reservations at the best spots in town. All you have to do is show up and be yourself. Let It's Just Lunch help you turn new beginnings into lasting connections. Call 202-466-4333 or visit itsjustlunchdc.com.
WMAL, making sense of the border, because laws either matter or they don't. Download the WMAL app to stream us for free.
Bisexual Democratic Senator, now former Senator, Kirsten Sinema, being sued for her sexual conduct. That's still coming up. That's right, being sued by a woman for her sexual conduct. And that's pretty wackadoodle-doo, if I may use that turn of phrase in this context. Let's go back to telephones, Michael. Let's go to Forrest, calling from Wilmington, North Carolina. Forrest, you're on the Chris Plant Show.
You handsome devil. It's been a minute since I've spoken to you, but I've been listening to this show for a long time, even before I was unwell and a Democrat, and I got better, as you say. But I've listened to Mike the Lid call in, and God bless him, that guy's brain doesn't work real well, and he, I think, forgets what he talks about. And so what I think, since you guys have so much archival audio of Mike the Lid, you can give Michael Piercy a fun weekend project to create a soundboard of Mike the Lid's talking points so he can just argue with himself. Just whenever he wants to talk about how there's no voter fraud, just play the clip of him talking about there is voter fraud. And then when he wants to talk about not having all the information or about like getting hit with a car and being justified, just play him the audio talking about how Michael Brown broke Darren Wilson's eye socket. He likes to leave things out, and then he forgets what he says. Probably says he's slipping a little bit. But if you could just make that soundboard, I think he would have fun just going back and forth with himself all day.
You are good. That is just great stuff. That is wonderful. And you used to be a lib, and then you got better. Is that right?
Correct. Yeah.
Oh, good. Congratulations.
I like getting tricked.
Well, welcome to the club. Welcome to normal land. That's wonderful news. I love it. And what a great call. I'm so glad that you called in. I'm sorry I don't have more time for you. I think there's a lot to talk about. But that's just wonderful. Really good stuff. Michael, we'll talk about that.
WMAL-FM, Woodbridge, Washington, a Cumulus media station. Making sense of the news. News Talk 105.9. News now.
WMAL News at 11. Good morning, everyone. I'm John Matthews. President Trump now threatening to deploy the U.S. military against Minneapolis residents unless they stop protesting ICE action in the city.
After more violence, DHS says an ICE officer was attacked by 3 people, including a Venezuelan national the officer was trying to arrest. A defensive shot was fired, with the officer and suspect hospitalized. As Governor Tim Walz says protesters are standing up for freedom.
With courage and empathy and profound grace.
DHS says several ICE vehicles were vandalized, with protesters stealing guns, ammo, and sensitive documents. Jeff Manasso, Fox News.
President Trump blaming Ukraine's leader for holding up a peace deal with Russia now.
President Trump says he thinks Russian President Vladimir Putin is ready to make a deal, but thinks Ukraine is less ready. He made that assessment in an interview with Reuters. Last month, the president met with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky at Mar-a-Lago, outlining a 20-point peace plan endorsed by Zelensky. At the time, President Trump conceded thorny issues remained, including proposed territory concessions. President Trump and Zelensky are expected to meet next week at the World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland. Jared Halpern, Fox News.
Glenn Youngkin's fiery last speech as Virginia's governor last night was a celebration of his term in office, but how he's viewed long-term depends on who you ask.
This transformation started with business investment and jobs, and declaring on day one that
Virginia is open for business.
The governor touting economic success, but political analyst Dr. Bob Holsworth says it's not that simple.
Very interesting legacy for Governor Youngkin. Did some very good things.
Like progress on behavioral health and his response to the floods in the states.
But at the same time, I think the closer connection to Donald Trump really at the end of the day had a disastrous consequence for his political legacy.
Pointing to the most recent election leading to a Democratic governor and a 36-seat minority in the General Assembly. Scotland on WMAL and WMAL.com.
Anne Arundel County will no longer require 26 credits for students to graduate from high school.
Beginning next year, students will need 23 credits to graduate, 3 fewer than this year.
Superintendent Mark Bedell, while Michelle Batten, assistant superintendent, was quizzed on parent concerns that less is now expected of students.
Just a reminder, 23 is our minimum, so that's the floor. Yes. And certainly students have the opportunity to earn above and beyond that.
Neighboring Howard and Montgomery counties require even fewer credits for students to graduate. Barbara Britt, WMAL and WMAL.com.
The Washington Commanders have released the first conceptual images of their new home on the campus of RFK Stadium. You can see them all over social media this morning. The placement of the stadium on the same axis as the U.S. Capitol and the Washington Monument, combined with its sweeping curved roof, make it indeed very reminiscent of RFK Stadium. Checking your money. The Dow is up 370 points at this hour. NASDAQ is up 210. Up next, traffic and weather on WMAL.
Hey, Dad, I've been saving up, and I think I'm ready to buy my own car.
Well, son, I think so, too. Now, have you thought about how you're going to finance it?
Not really. I really like banking with Northern Credit Union. They offer loans, right?
Well, of course they do. Your mom and I have banked with Northern Credit Union for a long time and have gone through them for a lot of things, like our home improvement loan for the deck we put on last summer. You should really stop in and see them before you shop around.
Yeah, but look, you can apply for a loan right in your Northern Credit Union mobile banking app.
Oh, really? Well, that's convenient. I knew anyone could apply for a loan at mynorthern.com. Looks like they're making it even easier now.
Apply for your next loan with Northern Credit Union online or in mobile banking. Not a member? Not a problem. Apply for your loan on our website at mynorthern.com. New car, used car, first car, home loan, personal loan, we've got you covered. Visit mynorthern.com to learn more. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Opportunity Lender.
Pistachio is now back at Starbucks. Try our new creamy and rich pistachio cortado, finished with salted brown butter topping, or the iced Dubai chocolate matcha, topped with silky chocolate cream cold foam. Available for a limited time, only at Starbucks.
Registration is ongoing at Jefferson Community College for spring semester classes beginning January 20th, 2026. Attend college in person, online, or choose a flexible mix that fits your life. Did you know Jefferson awards credit for military and professional experience? Save time and money. Plus, if you're an adult age 25 to 55, you may even qualify for SUNY Reconnect, helping you earn a free degree in programs that lead to careers in high-demand fields. Visit SUNYJefferson.edu to register today. Jefferson Community College. Your future starts here.
News Talk 105.9 WMAL, making sense of the news.
WMAL traffic and weather, Steve Hirshhorn in the Hadid Carpet Cleaning Traffic Center.
Around the Beltway now on the outer loop in Virginia, southbound 495. After I-66, the forward 50 Arlington Boulevard construction blocks the right lane. It's causing a slow exit from eastbound 66 to go south on 495 into the work zone. George Washington Parkway northbound, pretty slow now from before Gravelly Point up to the 14th Street Bridge. In the district, DC 295 very slow both ways northbound from the 11th Street Bridge up to Benning Road, southbound from Burroughs Avenue down to the 11th Street Bridge. Now from GarageDoorRepair.com, the WMAL Storm Watch 7 forecast.
We'll be freezing cold tonight as low temperatures fall between 18 and 25. We'll see temperatures tomorrow get into the mid to upper 30s, and we'll stay colder than average heading into the holiday weekend. I'm 7 News meteorologist Eileen Whalen in the First Alert Weather Center.
Right now it is 33 at Reagan National. I'm John Matthews. News Talk 105.9 WMAL.
Now on 105.9 FM and streaming worldwide on the WMAL app. Chris Plant.
Former President Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton refused to testify yesterday in the House Oversight Committee's investigation into Jeffrey Epstein. I have nothing to hide about my relationship with Epstein, said Hillary only.
You see, when it's Democrats, it's just good for a laugh all around. I mean, after all, it's just Bill Clinton and, sex with the intern and the cigar and the blue dress. It's a Gap dress. That dress was from the Gap. Poor Monica. Monica. She played the harmonica. Monica, the White House intern. And the relationship with Jeffrey Epstein. Jeffrey Epstein came to the Bill Clinton White House 17 times. Bill Clinton then flew on Lolita 1, Epstein's private airplane, 27 times. CNN and the New York Times and the Washington Post are all fine with that. They're all perfectly good with that. Pay no attention. Well, welcome back. Hour number 3. And we remain at 888-630-9625. I want to move on to Minnesota now, where the Democrat Party has got another set of mental illnesses on parade out there. Violent, criminal, pro-illegal alien, I shared with you the list that was put together by the Department of Homeland Security of some of the people that they've arrested in Minneapolis, the ICE agents, including all kinds of horrible criminals that are illegal aliens that were scheduled to be deported years ago, in some cases more than a decade ago. I think I saw one scheduled to be deported more than 2 decades ago. And he's convicted murder, convicted sexual assault, and child sex abusers. And the Democrats say, "Oh, come on, what's the worst that could happen? Just let them wander around. Nothing will go wrong." They're extraordinary, and they're anti-law enforcement. They're anti-police, and of course there was another. This is a big story: is that a second ICE shooting, a second. You see, and they're like, "Oh no!" First, there's Renee Cook, if you ask the lady that shaved her head in honor of Renee. She got her last name wrong, but she's shaving her head with a buzz cutter anyway because of the mental illness. But isn't that amazing? The last night, and we were all minding our own business when the story broke. Federal agent shoots man in leg, leading to protests. That means riots. When the news media is talking about the Democrats and they say protests, they mean violent riots, people being hurt, maybe people being killed. That happens a lot. And then a lot of property damage and naturally attacks on the police and all that good stuff. You see the videotape of the Democrats spray painting a federal law enforcement vehicle. Have you seen this with a can of red spray paint? He's got a can of red spray paint. Got a troublemaker? Give him a can of spray paint. The Democrat Party. And what did he spray paint? They smashed the windows out on the law enforcement vehicle. The front driver's side window, the front passenger side window, the rear passenger side window smashed out. Spray painted in red is, first of all, F word, ICE, right? And then only good agent is a dead agent. It says a dead one because running out of paint or the side of the car was running out. Only good agent is a dead one, he writes. And it was taking too much time. He didn't want to write out the whole word agent again. But spray painting in red on the side of the federal law enforcement car, smashing out the windows, beep, ICE, and only good agent is a dead one, because that's your Democrat Party. That's who they are. And the Department of Homeland Security then put out a statement on the agent shooting, the agent involved shooting, and the news media really up in a tizzy. Oh no, another one? Not another one. Well, you guys should stop doing this. Maybe you should stop being violent criminal mobs in the street, and then we'll stop shooting you. How about that? And you guys should stop shooting people too. You should stop shooting people first, because you're the one shooting all the people. But never mind that. So the Department of Homeland Security put out a statement. As the officer was being ambushed and attacked by the 2 individuals, the original subject got loose and began striking the officer with a shovel or a broomstick. And that's ambiguous, because he was being beaten with both a shovel and a broomstick by 2 different people of the 3 that were attacking him and beating him. Fearing for his life and safety as he was being ambushed by 3 individuals, the officer fired defensive shots to defend his life. The initial subject was hit in the leg. That's the statement from the Department of Homeland Security. And the Democrats are on the side of the mob of people beating federal law enforcement with shovels and wooden sticks because they're Democrats, is about all there is to that. Amazing stuff. And the governor there, Governor Tim Walz, not the brightest bulb, that's for sure, put out a statement on Twitter, on X, said state investigators have been on the scene in North Minneapolis. I know you're angry. I'm angry. Is that really the way to take this? And it is, because they're the party of civil war. What Donald Trump wants is violence in the streets. Well, you guys are sure giving it to him if that's what he wants. It's not what he wants. It's what you want, and it's what you're doing. Once again, it's the old Soviet playbook that whatever you're guilty of, you accuse them of doing, and you suggest that they're going to do it in the future while you're doing it now. They're inciting the violence, of course. Everybody's a Nazi. Everybody's a fascist. They're destroying civilization and democracy in our country. And the idiot Tim Walz continues, but Minnesota will remain an island of decency, which it used to be. But Minneapolis and St. Paul, they've lost that badge just recently because of people like you, Governor Walz, but never mind that. Of community and of peace. There's nothing peaceful about what's going on there. Don't give him what he wants. What he wants is peace and to get illegal alien criminals and child rapists and murderers off the street. And what you want to do is interfere with all of that because you are the bad guys. That's the problem with you guys, is you're the bad guys. You're not the good guys. All right, now let's get to the audio, because here's Governor Tim Walz yesterday, and I believe this was before the shooting in the leg, just as Joe Biden advised, of an illegal alien attacking a federal agent while the federal agents were actually targeting this guy. They had his name and address on a sheet of paper and his rap sheet, right? And they were there to arrest him. And when federal law enforcement is attacked, then the Democrat Party is with the people attacking them, because that's who they are. Federal law enforcement was on scene at North Lyndale Avenue and 25th Avenue Wednesday night after a man was shot in the leg by a federal agent. A KARE 11, that's the TV station there, KARE. A KARE 11 photographer on the scene said a crowd gathered, a mob of violent left-wing lunatics in the area of the shooting, and it was tense and chaotic, with protesters using horns and whistles. Just played a soundbite a little earlier, how they show up with their whistles and their boat horns and their all this ridiculous stuff. At least one ambulance was seen leaving the area. Well, naturally, somebody was shot in the leg, for crying out loud. In a social media post, the city of Minneapolis said this evening, one adult male gang member from Venezuela, they left that out, was shot by federal immigration enforcement agents in the 600 block of 24th Avenue North. 24th Avenue North. He was transferred to a local hospital where he gets free medical care at our expense. With apparent non-life-threatening injuries, we understand there is anger. We ask the public to remain calm. A little too late for that, I think. The city of Minneapolis again demands that ICE leave the city because they curse about, what did the mayor say? Get the beep out of Minneapolis. And he's not talking to the illegal alien gang members. He's talking to law enforcement because he wants to live in Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome in a post-apocalyptic hell. Escape from Minneapolis. We're going to have to bring in Snake Plissken. Just extraordinary stuff. So they demand that ICE leave the city immediately. We stand by our immigrant and refugee communities. These are the criminals. And again, the long list of murderers, rapists, child sexual assaulters. And then, of course, the hundreds of millions of dollars, the billions of dollars that have been stolen just by the Somalis. And you see them, they caught them leaving with suitcases full of cash. And I'll catch up on that too, because it's pretty darn crazy. The suitcases full of cash. And they caught them leaving Minneapolis and going through other airports in the United States, and just completely nuts. But the Democrat Party, you know how they are. All right, so here we go. Now let's get to the governor, who is the top elected official in the state of Minnesota in the United States of America. And here he is. His name is Tim Walz. They wanted him to be vice president of the United States.
Armed, masked, undertrained ICE agents are going door to door, ordering people to point out where their neighbors of color live. They're pulling over people indiscriminately, including U.S. citizens, and demanding to see their papers. And if you see these ICE agents in your neighborhood, take out that phone and hit record. Help us create a database of the atrocities against Minnesotans.
Atrocities, database. What are they doing? They're ordering neighbors to identify where their neighbors of color are because they're racists. Now, this guy is, they're exterminating 40% of the black population by abortion in the United States. They're the party of slavery and Jim Crow, but pay no attention to any of that. And you need to document their atrocities. It's just this is, again, it's the language of civil war against the federal government, and now they're claiming 10th Amendment, which they did on the lead up to the first Civil War, which the Democrats created so they could keep their slaves and the bullwhips and the rape and all that stuff because they're Democrats and they're still pretty much there. Now they're housekeepers and on and on. So Tim Walz, and then he's got this. Just listen to the lies that he tells as they're creating violence and mayhem and chaos. And lefties are out in the street, including the lunatic white women like Renee. And I just call her Renee now, Renee Good. And they're out there creating the chaos. And then they say things like this.
Donald Trump wants this chaos. He wants confusion. And yes, he wants more violence on our streets. We cannot give him what he wants.
Too late.
We can't. We must protest loudly, urgently, but also peacefully.
Protest loudly, urgently, but also peacefully. That reminded me of President Trump saying, go to the Capitol and let your voices be heard peacefully and patriotically. But the news media, they take it when Tim Walz says it and say, see, he said peacefully and patriotically. And then there's more rioting and violence and chaos and attacking the police and burning things. And have they got to looting yet? I don't know if they've gotten to looting yet, but there's still time, I suppose. And Rachel Good, again, Rachel Good's family has hired the big-time Chicago law firm that represented George Floyd's family. And they got the George Floyd family $27 million out of Minneapolis. And they sentenced the police officer to prison forever. And then when he got to prison, Derek Chauvin is the name of the police officer. And when he got to prison, a Democrat stabbed Officer Derek Chauvin 22 times, stabbed him 22 times. And then we get to the mayor of Minneapolis, Minnesota. Used to be such a nice city. Now it should be fenced off and maybe gassed. Of course, it is big. There was tear gas and pepper ball. And the rioters were firing fireworks, shooting fireworks at the police and all this good stuff. And I shared with you yesterday the story of the Democrat driving up to a police car. That was North Carolina, and firing these incendiary rounds through the door of his car, chewing the car up, hospitalizing the police officer. And the Democrat shot himself in the head and killed himself when he got into a second gunfight with police because it was a suicide attack on the police, another one by the Democrat Party. And here is the dim-witted Democratic mayor of Minneapolis, Minnesota, named Jacob Fry.
Let's be very clear.
Yes.
I've seen conduct from ICE that is disgusting and is intolerable.
Disgusting, intolerable.
If it were your city, it would be unacceptable there too.
I'd be applauding them.
And for anyone that is taking the bait tonight, stop.
Stop taking the bait.
That is not helpful.
That's not helpful.
Go home.
Yeah, who's home?
We cannot counter Donald Trump's chaos with our own brand of chaos.
Our own brand of chaos. It's Donald Trump. It's all Trump's fault. So wait, enforcing the law, having a nation, and you don't have a nation if you don't have borders. And under the Democrat Party, you don't have borders, so you don't have a nation. And they're waving in how many tens of thousands of Venezuelan illegals. The guy shot in the leg last night, who was beating a federal law enforcement agent with a shovel, is from Venezuela. Doubtless a Tren de Aragua gang member and all of that. But isn't that amazing? I've got a couple more Jacob Fry for you, and a little compare and contrast with the Democrats. And then we got, right out of Batman, they've got Chief O'Hara in Minneapolis, And Chief O'Hara, I think that Chief O'Hara in the TV show Batman was brighter and a better police officer than the chief of police in Minneapolis, Minnesota. They call him the PIFA Chalice there. They call him the PIFA Chalice. And we've got that coming up. Just amazing. Amazing stuff. And this Minneapolis City Council member, wait till you hear her. She's a gem.
There's only one Chris Platt. The Chris Platt Show. News Talk 105.9 WMAL. Making sense of the news.
Hey, Dad, I've been saving up, and I think I'm ready to buy my own car.
Well, son, I think so too. Now, have you thought about how you're going to finance it?
Not really. I really like banking with Northern Credit Union. They offer loans, right?
Well, of course they do. Your mom and I have banked with Northern Credit Union for a long time and have gone through them for a lot of things, like our home improvement loan for the deck we put on last summer. You should really stop in and see them before you shop around.
Yeah, but look, you can apply for a loan right in your Northern Credit Union mobile banking app.
Oh, really? Well, that's convenient. I knew anyone could apply for a loan at mynorthern.com. Looks like they're making it even easier now.
Apply for your next loan with Northern Credit Union online or in mobile banking. Not a member? Not a problem. Apply for your loan on our website at mynorthern.com. New car, used car, first car, home loan, personal loan, we've got you covered. Visit mynorthern.com to learn more. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Opportunity Lender.
It's tax time, y'all. If you want to file free, this next one's for you. Now taxes is so free. Tax revision only roughly 37% of filings qualify. Simple form 1040 returns only. This is tax. Love that jam. Up next, commercials.
Go to the TurboTax Free Edition. See if you qualify at turbotax.com/free. No schedules except for earned income tax credit, child tax credit, student loan interest, and Schedule 1A.
This is the story of the one. As an HVAC technician, he and his digital multimeter are in high demand. So when a noisy office HVAC turns out to be a failing blower motor, he doesn't break a sweat. With Grainger's easy-to-use website and product information, he selects the product he needs to keep everything humming right along. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Whoa, it's you, the Capital One Bank guy.
That's what they call me.
Mind if I get a selfie?
Yeah, sure thing. Say no fees or minimums on your Capital One checking account.
Wow, that's a keeper. So, where are you heading?
I'm off to spread the good news that Capital One helps people keep more money in their wallet with no overdraft fees.
Oh, you're the best Capital One Bank guy.
Hey, mind if I get a selfie?
Sure.
Say, Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One NA, member FDIC.
Not planning today can cost you tomorrow. Stop worrying and start planning with Trajan Wealth. Contact Trajan today at 202-750-3300 or go to TrajanWealth.com. Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor. Paid advertisement.
Starting the year strong is easier and more delicious with Omaha Steaks premium pre-packaged proteins. From handcrafted USDA certified tender steaks to gourmet burgers, versatile chicken and pork, and so much more. Omaha Steaks has unmatched variety and high-quality proteins that everyone loves. And right now, you can taste the difference and get an extra $35 off at omahasteaks.com with promo code AUDIO at checkout. Stay satisfied, get energy, and fuel your routine with premium pre-packaged proteins from Omaha Steaks. Every steak is perfectly aged to maximize tenderness and hand-cut by master butchers in America's heartland, with every bite backed by their 100% satisfaction guarantee. Let Omaha Steaks deliver high-quality proteins right to your door. Visit omahasteaks.com and get an extra $35 off with promo code AUDIO at checkout. That's omahasteaks.com, promo code AUDIO. Terms apply. See site for details.
Hey, Dad, I've been saving up, and I think I'm ready to buy my own car.
Well, son, I think so too. Now, have you thought about how you're going to finance it?
Not really. I really like banking with Northern Credit Union. They offer loans, right?
Well, of course they do. Your mom and I have banked with Northern Credit Union for a long time and have gone through them for a lot of things, like our home improvement loan for the deck we put on last summer. You should really stop in and see them before you shop around.
Yeah, but look, you can apply for a loan right in your Northern Credit Union mobile banking app.
Oh, really? Well, that's convenient. I knew anyone could apply for a loan at mynorthern.com. Looks like they're making it even easier now.
Apply for your next loan with Northern Credit Union online or in mobile banking. Not a member? Not a problem. Apply for your loan on our website at mynorthern.com. New car, used car, first car, home loan, personal loan, we've got you covered. Visit mynorthern.com to learn more. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Opportunity Lender.
WMAL's Vince Colonnese, weekdays at noon on 105.9 WMAL, making sense of the news.
I have more Minneapolis coming up, as you might expect, because they never stop, they never end. And I hope to get this Mark Ruffalo story, too, this dumb actor who's the luckiest dumb actor in maybe the history of Hollywood, setting the bar pretty high. But let's go to the telephones, Michael, talk to the great American people. Let's talk to Paul, calling from beautiful Annapolis, Maryland. Paulo, you're on the Chris Plant Show.
Hello, Chris. Thanks for letting me on.
You betcha, Paul.
Hey, so I just have some thoughts of what's going on in our country right now, and it just kind of reminded me of one of my high school studies. You know, we've got a bunch of crazy left-wing women truly losing their minds out in Minneapolis and across the country. And at the same time, in the Supreme Court, we've got women making strange arguments against women's sport in sports and such. So it just kind of reminds me of the Salem witch trials. And I'm just wondering if this is like the late 1600s all over again.
Well, it kind of is, isn't it? The left is so retro that they're prehistoric in so many ways. They remember Title IX was about protecting women, and the Democrat Party and the left, they were all for it. And now they're burning it to the ground like it's a Jewish governor's mansion.
Exactly. It's like there's a disease or something is going through the minds of America right now.
Yeah. No, I understand that completely. It is like a disease. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, I was just wondering if you had heard of any recent studies of, on things like tying rocks to women, throwing them in the river and see if they float, anything like that going on. I mean, how are we going to deal with this?
We're back to Monty Python again, because Monty Python was ahead of the curve on all of these things. But that's exactly right. If she's a witch, then she floats. She floats, and then we have to burn the witch, right? And if she's not a witch, then she'll sink, and she'll drown. And that's pretty much where the Democrat Party is. They have become, they're pre-Enlightenment. That's for sure.
This is the Chris Plant Show. WMAL-FM, Woodbridge, Washington, a Cumulus media station. Making sense of the news. News Talk 105.9. News now.
WMAL News at 11:30. I'm Heather Curtis. Breaking this hour, President Trump rolls out what he calls the Great Health Care Plan, saying in a video it
would reduce your insurance premiums by stopping government payoffs to big insurance companies and sending that money directly to the people.
This after the House voted last week to extend Obamacare subsidies. The bill didn't get the votes needed to be debated in the Senate. If you have Verizon Wireless, your service should be back to normal today, following yesterday's nationwide disruption. The company is looking to reimburse you for your troubles with a $20 credit, but it's not automatic. The company says you have to log into the My Verizon app to redeem it. It says it's, quote, not meant to make up for what happened. No credit really can, but it's a way of acknowledging your time and showing that this matters to us, unquote. Traffic and weather next.
Snow falling, door stalling, garagedoorrepair.com. Need garage door repair? Visit garagedoorrepair.com. Hi, it's Chris Plant. For more than 40 years, Overhead Door Company of Washington, D.C. has been the gold standard for service and repair. When you need garage door repair, garagedoorrepair.com.
Here's Steve Hirshorn in the Hadid Carpet Cleaning Traffic Center.
Around the Beltway, the slow stretch right now is going to be on the outer loop between 66 and Route 50 Arlington Boulevard, where you have the roadwork blocking the right lane, also causing a slow exit from eastbound 66 to head south on 495 into that work zone. 95 in Virginia southbound will be slow from Route 1 in Woodbridge down to Route 123. After that, 95 southbound moves very well to point south. Northbound 95 in Virginia moving smoothly. George Washington Parkway northbound, look for delays now from just before Gravelly Point up to the 14th Street Bridge. Now from GarageDoorRepair.com, the WMAL Stormwatch 7 forecast.
Today, mostly sunny, windy at times, colder with highs in the mid-30s. Right now, 33 in Washington. I'm Heather Curtis on WMAL.
Hey, Dad, I've been saving up, and I think I'm ready to buy my own car.
Yeah, son, I think so too. Now, have you thought about how you're going to finance it?
Not really. I really like banking with Northern Credit Union. They offer loans, right?
Well, of course they do. Your mom and I have banked with Northern Credit Union for a long time and have gone through them for a lot of things, like our home improvement loan for the deck we put on last summer. You should really stop in and see them before you shop around.
Yeah, but look, you can apply for a loan right in your Northern Credit Union mobile banking app.
Oh, really? Well, that's convenient. I knew anyone could apply for a loan at mynorthern.com. Looks like they're making it even easier now.
Apply for your next loan with Northern Credit Union online or in mobile banking. Not a member? Not a problem. Apply for your loan on our website at mynorthern.com. New car, used car, first car, home loan, personal loan, we've got you covered. Visit mynorthern.com to learn more. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Opportunity Lender.
Men, if you're suffering from erectile dysfunction or PE, you're not alone. Most importantly, you don't have to live with it. True Vitality Medical Center restores men's sex lives in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, even when Viagra and Cialis don't work. Here's Dr. Simovitz, specialist in men's health.
True Vitality Medical Center's painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. 98% of patients see instant results right in the office.
Men are now lasting longer than they ever imagined. And the best part, at True Vitality Medical Center, your consultation and first treatment are free. Qualified patients even get their testosterone checked free. Call 703-637-1222. 703-637-1222. Take control of your sex life. Call now. 703-637-1222.
Honey, that flu keeping you up? Did you take NyQuil Intense Flu?
Nah, I got this. Okay, I don't got this.
Yeah, you need NyQuil Intense Flu.
Undo your flu with NyQuil Intense Flu. NyQuil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms so you can sleep.
You do got this.
NyQuil Intense Flu. The nighttime sniffling, aching fever. Best sleep with the flu medicine. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
O'Reilly. Check engine, ABS, or maintenance light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. The service is free and provides a report with solutions verified by ASE certified master technicians. And if you need help, we could recommend a shop for you. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts. WMAL, making sense of party politics, because somebody's got to hold their feet to the fire. Download the WMAL app to stream us for free.
Yes, sir. I got a funny tweet. We got a funny tweet yesterday because we were talking about a number of things, of course. But one of the things we talked about was that the National Portrait Gallery in London has put trigger warnings on portraits and drawings and photographs of Lawrence of Arabia, the British Army officer in World War I, T.E. Lawrence, right? And they put warnings on the paintings and pictures and pencil drawing. because he is depicted wearing Arab clothing, a Saudi style thobe, the long white robe that Arab men might wear out in the desert, and the white headdress with the fan belts and the tablecloth, right? And I have a number of those at home. Not a thobe. I never wore a thobe, but the headdress I have at home, and the all that. But we were talking about that, and the National Portrait Gallery, no, they put warnings because it's culturally insensitive, and they explain that a century ago in World War I, it was considered to be okay and appropriate. No, it wasn't. It was just Lawrence of Arabia, and the Arabs that he was fighting against the Turks with said, "Here, wear this, you'll fit in with us." And so he did, and he fit in just great, and all that was really wonderful, right? And so they put these trigger warnings on. And then I pointed out that a TV channel in Canada, they put a warning label before they play Leave It to Beaver, before they play the old black and white TV show Leave It to Beaver, and Wally and the Beav and Ward and June and all that stuff, because the sensibilities in the 1950s or the early 1960s may be culturally insensitive or racially insensitive. So they put a warning label on Leave It to Beaver. And it's kind of nice because we got a tweet from CM Livingston, and a fun, nice-looking lady, and she said, "We too cannot." And also, we were doing the mailbag yesterday, was Wednesday, and people talking about the TV show on Newsmax and how I can't watch because Jason the professor is on, the left-wing guy on the TV show on the panel, and I can't watch when this Jason Nichols guy is on. He's a professor at the University of Maryland. So I turned the channel, and we hear a lot of that, actually. We got a whole lot of tweets about that, and it's true. And here comes CM Livingston, says, "We, too, cannot listen when Jason is on the right squad." Ironically, the channel we switched to is Leave It to Beaver. So there was going to get the trigger warning when you turn to Leave It to Beaver after you're annoyed away from the television by Jason Nichols on the right squad, and not by a long shot the first time we've heard that, that's for sure. And says, "Wishing you were still on every night." Wishing, that's very nice. Thank you, CM Livingston. That's very funny. We're talking about the trigger warnings for Leave It to Beaver and the trigger warnings for of course, Lawrence of Arabia, because, he's wearing Arab garb, which we all know, but that doesn't matter because the lunatics, right? And I was trading texts with Mike last, not Michael Piercy, but another Michael, and made a couple of funny observations on this Lawrence of Arabia trigger warning and stuff, and said, well, wait a minute, if we got trigger warnings for Lawrence of Arabia because he's wearing Arab garb when he's in the Arab world, should these people are traumatized? T.E. Lawrence wearing Arab garb, traditional Arab garb, and it's cool, and it keeps you cool in really hot desert weather, which is why, of course, they've adapted to the situation and adopted that form of clothing. But how about Japanese businessmen wearing Western suits, like a Brooks Brothers suit or a Savile Row suit out of London? How about that? What about can Japanese men, because a Brooks Brothers suit is not traditional Japanese garb. It's traditional American garb and British garb, Western garb, but yet the Japanese, and for that matter, the Chinese, even the North Koreans, and that's cultural appropriation, wearing our clothing, isn't it? And should we be outraged? Should we be incensed that people from other cultures have adopted our clothing practices? A business suit, a white shirt with a point collar and a tie? What about Eskimos wearing LL Bean clothes and wearing eyeglasses? How about that? If Eskimos are wearing eyeglasses, is that cultural appropriation? Because if Lawrence of Arabia I need a trigger warning if I'm going to see Eskimos wearing eyeglasses or wearing LL Bean shirts, and if Japanese and North Korean men are wearing business suits that mimic American and British style business suits, I need a trigger warning, because you know how that goes. And the same people that are traumatized by T.E. Lawrence dressed in traditional Arab garb when he's living with and traveling with traditional Arabs, the House of Saud and all of that good stuff, and King Faisal, all of that. But you should be similarly distressed and need a trigger warning when confronted with the awful specter of a Japanese man wearing a Western-style business suit or an Eskimo wearing eyeglasses. Just saying. But of course, they don't do that because of the tiny little brain thing. Aren't they ridiculous? Yes, indeed. And I tell you, if I went through all of the tweets that I have about Jason on the right squad, a great many. Man, oh man. That is completely crazy. Yes, sir. Also, I mentioned this earlier, but I didn't really get to it. I didn't get into it, and that is John Hinckley is back. John Hinckley is back in the news, and it's a little bit funny. Ronald Reagan's would-be assassin. The headline is, "I turned Jodie Foster lesbian." I turned Jodie Foster lesbian, and this is what John Hinckley is claiming. John Hinckley Jr., his father wants him to specify, the man that tried to assassinate Ronald Reagan shot him in the chest, shot 3 other people as well, James Brady in the head, and it was never the same, of course, and I knew James Brady a bit, but never mind that. John Hinckley is convinced that he's the reason Jodie Foster, the Hollywood actress, is sexually attracted to other women. John Hinckley tells TMZ that he has a theory that his failed Reagan assassination attempt in 1981 traumatized Jodie Foster to the point where she turned away from men and became a lesbian. He believes Jodie Foster's trauma also stemmed from him bringing her into his assassination attempt with his public fascination of her. And, the reason that he shot Ronald Reagan and tried to kill Ronald Reagan is because he was trying to impress Jodie Foster, the young actress, who was a teen actress in the Martin Scorsese movie Taxi Driver, right, with Robert De Niro as Travis Bickle. And Travis Bickle was planning on assassinating a politician in the movie Taxi Driver in order to impress a woman who I think was played by Sybil Shepherd. Is that right? Haven't seen Taxi Driver in a lot of years. He says Jodie Foster was dating men in the early 1980s and only became a lesbian in the years after he tried to shoot Reagan dead. Jodie Foster first came out publicly as gay in the 2013 Golden Globe Awards. That's where they had the Golden Globe. And that brings us to Mark Ruffalo, doesn't it? John says this is the first time he's ever revealed this theory publicly as he promotes his new memoir, John Hinckley, Democrat. That's not really, I just made up that title, but it works. John Hinckley Jr., appropriately, Who I Really Am. And here's my book. Nobody cares, right? You're old news. You're done with it. John says he was obsessed with Jodie Foster ever since 1976 when he saw her in the film Taxi Driver. And when she attended Yale University, he went to the college registrar's office, oh good stalker boy, and got her dorm number and phone number and would call her and slip poems under her door. Who else wrote poems? Renee Good and Charles Manson. Because we had Charles Manson. We played Charles Manson reading one of his poems yesterday to compare Charles Manson poems to Renee Good poems. And Charles Manson poems we determined were probably better. He says he never asked Jodie out on a date because she didn't seem interested. That's a clue. That's one of many clues there. And in his depression, delusion, and obsession, he thought he, quote, could impress Jodie by killing the president, end quote. He's a Democrat. You see, he wanted to be Travis Bickle, as so many Democrats do. A Democrat shot Congressman Steve Scalise and tried to wipe out the baseball field. He was a Bernie Sanders campaign volunteer. And, of course, a Democrat presidential campaign volunteer shot and killed Martin Luther King. And a Democrat shot Donald Trump through the ear. And they shoot a lot of people. And a Democrat shot and killed Charlie Kirk. They got Travis Bickles all over the place. John Hinckley said he was hung up on Jodie and Taxi Driver. And he saw himself as Travis Bickle from the movie, right? And that's fine. the character who wants to shoot a presidential candidate after being spurned by his love interests. In the movie, Travis Bickle does not shoot the candidate. Instead, he ends up a local hero after killing men exploiting Jodie Foster's character, who's a young girl that forced into prostitution, which the Democrat Party supports now. You know, prostitution. They call them sex workers, and they've unionized in San Francisco, and they want their daughters to grow up to be prostitutes. All Democrats do. Isn't that it? So, yeah, young prostitute, and his love interest seems impressed in the movie Taxi Driver. So he figured it worked for him because Hollywood inspired him. You know, here it is. Yeah, John Hinckley Jr. is the reason that Jodie Foster became a lesbian is because of him.
I certainly don't think the mentally ill should have access to guns. I mean, that's kind of obvious.
And coming from you, that's quite a statement.
Yeah, that's John Hinckley. That has I tell you, from Charles Manson to John Hinckley to the list is long. Just extraordinary stuff.
Sorry to Jodie Foster for bringing her into this.
He apologizes to Jodie Foster for bringing her into this. That's she's had a good career, but regardless, I've got to say, just extraordinary stuff. Yes, sir. All right, let's get back to crazy Democrats and Minnesota, because we were just talking about the lunatic. Which lunatic? The Democrat mayor of Minneapolis, Minnesota, Jacob Frey. It's funny how many people call him Frey. I grew up, one of my buddies growing up was Jerry Frey, F-R-E-Y, and the Frey family and his effort. So when I saw Jacob Frey, I pronounced it Frey, and it's pronounced Frey. It's not Frey, although if it's, like the Democrat Party fraying, that's another thing altogether. But here is the mayor, Jacob Frey.
Imagine if that city or that town was suddenly invaded by thousands of federal agents that do not share the values that you hold dear. Imagine if your daily routines were disrupted. The local cafe that you eat at was shut down because they're scared that their own family might get torn apart. Imagine if schools shut down and suddenly parents got to figure out what to do for daycare.
Oh, like the 2 years during the Wuhan? Imagine when you guys shut down the schools for years and the parents had to deal because of the little virus out of the Wuhan Institute of Virology in Wuhan, China. Imagine. But the most important part of that soundbite is what, Michael? It's about where he says, imagine if your city. Well, now this is a city that has been overrun by illegal aliens from Somalia by like 100,000 or something, where radical Islamic terrorist jihadi, they've got, and they're funneling money back to terror groups in Somalia, but billions of dollars being stolen. And wait a minute, these ICE agents, the city's flooded with thousands of ICE agents who do not share your values, who do not hold your values. Right? Whereas the Sudanese and the Somalis and the Venezuelan gang members, they share the values of Minnesotans.
Imagine if that city was suddenly invaded by thousands of federal agents that do not share the values that you hold dear.
Do not share the federal agents. And he's defending gang members from Venezuela, saying they share the values that you hold dear. Sudanese child rapists that share the values that you hold dear. Somali plunderers stealing $9 billion taxpayer dollars and sending the money back to Somalia. And literally they found with hundreds of millions of dollars in cash by TSA going through airports, these Somalis with suitcases full of cash, which they're not picking up in tip money from the restaurants that had to close down because of the thousands of federal agents that don't share the values that you hold dear. And I'm sorry, it's the federal law enforcement and not the illegal aliens from Sudan and Somalia and Venezuela that and the rapists, the child rapists, the forcible sodomy of an underage boy, forcible sodomy of an underage girl, the murderers who have been convicted of murder that were scheduled for deportation years and years ago, and they share the values that you hold dear. But the federal law enforcement people who serve in the U.S. military and then go into federal law enforcement and grow up in the United States in normal families, they are the people that do not share the values that you hold dear. It's the Sudanese gangsters that share your values. That is a mental problem right there. He should be carried away by men using nets. Man. You know, rural Americans deserve access to the very best of what our great nation has to offer, of course, especially when it comes to health care. Across every state at every level, the cities, the communities, the small towns, America's rural hospitals are the first line of defense, protecting our families, our neighbors, our loved ones that share our values. No matter where you live in the United States of America, hospital care does not clock out. They're there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And every year, America's more than 5,000 hospitals care for millions of patients, providing 24/7 emergency care and delivering babies, cancer treatments, other life-saving care that patients rely on. Behind every one of these patients, there are doctors, nurses, caregivers working tirelessly all day and all night to keep people healthy and safe. Hospitals are our community's lifelines. They employ our neighbors and our family members, and they keep our families healthy and safe, too. But now some in Congress are threatening access to that care. Tell Congress to protect patient care and keep America strong. Don't cut rural health care. Paid for by the Coalition to Strengthen America's Health Care. Yes, sir. Yeah, that's right. The law enforcement, they don't share your values. It's non-English speaking African gang members and terror groups that really share Minnesotans' values.
You're listening to The Chris Plant Show. News Talk 105.9 WMAL, making sense of the news.
It's Vince for Valor Roofing. This winter, don't wait for a leak to force your hand. If you've noticed water spots, damaged shingles, or granulars in the gutters, call Valor Roofing now. I've seen their work in person, and trust me, Valor is the best. This week only, save huge on your new Valor roof with 50% off materials and no interest until 2027. Plus, tell them Vince sent you for extra WMAL listener savings. Call Valor at 833-83-VALOR or valorhome.com.
Hey, Dad, I've been saving up, and I think I'm ready to buy my own car.
Well, son, I think so too. Now, have you thought about how you're going to finance it?
Not really. I really like banking with Northern Credit Union. They offer loans, right?
Well, of course they do. Your mom and I have banked with Northern Credit Union for a long time and have gone through them for a lot of things, like our home improvement loan for the deck we put on last summer. You should really stop in and see them before you shop around.
Yeah, but look, you can apply for a loan right in your Northern Credit Union mobile banking app.
Oh, really? Well, that's convenient. I knew anyone could apply for a loan at mynorthern.com. Looks like they're making it even easier now.
Apply for your next loan with Northern Credit Union online or in mobile banking. Not a member? Not a problem. Apply for your loan on our website at mynorthern.com. New car, used car, first car, home loan, personal loan, we've got you covered. Visit mynorthern.com to learn more. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Opportunity Lender.
Health surprises can change your life in an instant. You've seen it happen to others, but it doesn't have to be your story. At Princeton Longevity Center, we customize actionable and proactive health plans to maximize your lifespan and take control of your health. Our Cancer Check program combines cutting-edge technology with top medical expertise to keep you ahead of potential risks. With advanced full-body imaging, genetic testing, and multi-cancer detection blood tests, we look for even the earliest signs of problems. Results are analyzed by expert physicians who craft a personalized plan to safeguard your future. You're not just a patient, you're a partner in your health journey, backed by a team committed to helping you live longer, healthier, and more vibrantly. Our programs have saved hundreds of lives and empowered countless others to take control of their health. Be proactive with your health for the ultimate peace of mind. Call 888-8000-PLC or visit PrincetonLongevityCenter.com.
Today's students are tomorrow's great thinkers and innovators. But right now, millions of kids don't have the supplies they need. Donor Shoes is a nonprofit that lets you support students and teachers in your community and beyond. Learn more at DonorShoes.org.
Registration is ongoing at Jefferson Community College for spring semester classes beginning January 20th, 2026. Attend college in person, online, or choose a flexible mix that fits your life. Did you know Jefferson awards credit for military and professional experience? Save time and money. Plus, if you're an adult age 25 to 55, you may even qualify for SUNY Reconnect, helping you earn a free degree in programs that lead to careers in high-demand fields. Visit sunyjefferson.edu to register today. Jefferson Community College. Your future starts here.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Chris Plant here. Tired of dating online and want to meet real people face to face? Let the professional matchmakers at It's Just Lunch help. After a confidential interview, your personal matchmaker hand selects quality matches for you. They pre-screen every date and they'll book your reservations at the best spots in town. All you have to do is show up and be yourself. Let It's Just Lunch help you turn new beginnings into lasting connections. Call 202-466-4333 or visit itsjustlunchdc.com.
Hey, Dad, I've been saving up, and I think I'm ready to buy my own car.
Well, son, I think so too. Now, have you thought about how you're going to finance it?
Not really. I really like banking with Northern Credit Union. They offer loans, right?
Well, of course they do. Your mom and I have banked with Northern Credit Union for a long time and have gone through them for a lot of things, like our home improvement loan for the deck we put on last summer. You should really stop in and see them before you shop around.
Yeah, but look, you can apply for a loan right in your Northern Credit Union mobile banking app.
Oh, really? Well, that's convenient. I knew anyone could apply for a loan at mynorthern.com. Looks like they're making it even easier now.
Apply for your next loan with Northern Credit Union online or in mobile banking. Not a member? Not a problem. Apply for your loan on our website at mynorthern.com. New car, used car, first car, home loan, personal loan, we've got you covered. Visit mynorthern.com to learn more. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Opportunity Lender.
WMAL, making sense of the economy because it's your money and your retirement. Download the WMAL app to stream us for free.
We had a great call. I'm sorry I can't get to everyone. I would like to, but man called in and said, well, with the trigger warnings for Lawrence of Arabia and Arab garb and Japanese men in Western business suits. Can I be offended? Do I need a trigger warning when I see a man dressed in women's clothing? I see a man dressed in women's clothing. I'm sorry I didn't get to you. A great fun point. Not mine, one of our brilliant, wonderful callers. And on CNN today, they had a lunatic leftist from the Minneapolis City Council who is a WOC, a woman of color.
Joining me now is Robin Wansley, a Democrat on the Minneapolis City Council.
Yeah, so just first want to offer clarification. I am the city's first Black Democratic Socialist city council member, minority leader. I'm not a Democrat, so wanted to offer that clarification.
Thank you for that. Not a Democrat, definitely not. First, WOC, Democratic Socialist, not a Democrat. I'm a communist, and I'm here to destroy the world because I'm a Democrat. I didn't even get to the Nick Sortor. Nick Sortor doing such an amazing job in Minneapolis. You see the Democrats attack the federal law enforcement vehicle, broke into it, into the trunk, stole a rifle, a military-style rifle in a black nylon rifle case, and the ammo from the trunk of the vehicle. The Democrat Party is engaged in a form of warfare against the United States.
We are one nation under God, indivisible, together.
You got something to say to me, Wiggin? Come up here and say it, or go live and I'll come over on your panel. You got fucking something to say to me? You're no better than Rusty. Both you fuckers. I want to grab each one of you right by the hair of the head and just smash your fucking heads together, both of you. Because you're a fucking couple of punks. Oh, Ramona. What's the matter, Ramona? JC not streaming? Huh? We got a winter storm here. I got to go outside and clean some fucking snow up. Something else going on, so I have to go. Shut up, Patrick, New York, you fucking fat slob. You stupid motherfucker. All of ya. Bye, I'm leaving. Wait a minute. Let me do this before I fucking go. I'm gonna fucking ban your fucking dumb ass. How you like that? Huh? Yeah, I banned you. You ain't fucking coming off that now. I'll tell you that right now. I'm just gonna start banning you motherfuckers. Snowplow is here. Fuck you, Wiggin. Keep my fucking name out of your mouth. I didn't say one goddamn word about you. Shut your fucking mouth, Wiggin. Obviously, Wiggin is an anti-Semite. Why would he use Israel to troll with? You don't like them sending money to Israel? Fucking be active in your politics. Voice your opinion. Run for office, Wiggin. Why don't you become president? I've heard you say, if I was president, I'd be far right wing. Claim to be a Christian. You do realize Jesus was a Christian, right? That's where Christianity comes from. Why do you think his name is Christ? You stupid fuck. Sick of you punk motherfucks. I got to go do something because we got an emergency going on. I got to go.